Hello everyone, I'm Edric,
And I'm Joy.
and unfortunately we can't be here because...
Well, our kids got chicken pox, like 5 out of 6 of them, and we don't want to be carriers to you guys, especially if you have young kids or you're pregnant, and we just want to be considerate, and we have to kind of be around our kids just to take care of them. So we're really sorry we can't be there. We were excited about this opportunity to just spend time with you. But we thought maybe we could do a video. It was also suggested by Infantino, so at least we can still connect with you.
Right. So what are we going to share?
Yeah.
Right. They asked us to share something which we could have done live, but we're going to do in this video instead, about being wise parents. And the reason why this is so important today is, especially as you start up a family, maybe many of you are starting up, there's temptations on, which ways to spend money, even as you buy things and set up a nice environment for your kids.
Well,
So,
I think it's very easy because we live so much online that we see a lot of people promoting products. I mean, sometimes I also promote products, and
me too.
but sometimes we can just be sucked into this vortex where we feel like we have to buy everything that we see or everything that's being promoted, and if it's expensive, it's something better. So I think there's really ways to be wise about our spending,
Right.
and to be frugal but not cheap, because of course if you're buying baby products, for example, you want them to be dependable and you want them to be efficient and work for the long run.
So we're going to use the acronym WISE. We're going to break it down. W-I-S-E. W stands for wary, I stands for intentional, S stands for strategic, and E stands for exemplify. So we're going to break it down. Let's start with wary. The reason why we used wary is because we realized that as you start up and have opportunities to buy things, you're so excited with your startup family, your baby. There's a temptation, as Joy said, to just buy things because it's branded or certain people endorse it. What we're learning, and what we've learned 6 kids later, right? We didn't fail to say that. That's another reason why it's hard for us to just mobilize. Our 6th is only about 2 months, 2-3 months.
No, 4 months.
4 months.
Husbands lose track of time.
So wary has to do with making sure that you focus on quality and function before form and frills. You'll see that.
Just invent that right now.
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty good, right? But really, you want to focus on quality and function, things that will last, things that will endure. If you plan to have several kids, it's got to be something that the other kids can use.
He's not saying that it can't look pretty or it can't look nice. Okay?
More than.
Yes,
right?
right.
Of course.
You just want
You
something
gotta
like
enjoy it.
super
Yeah,
ugly.
yeah.
Okay.
So, even as you look at the things that you will see from online or even at this event, make sure you look at the quality, make sure that it does the job that you need, and it's something that will last.
One of the things that I look at is, of course, and you probably do this already, but look at parent reviews, because they're pretty unbiased, and parents are the ones who are most invested in what they buy for their children. So parents who have gone before you, friends or family members, you get their feedback, and sometimes you can actually use the stuff that they can pass on to you, and you don't have to buy new things. With this child, with our 6th child, we really had nothing left because we gave away everything. We were not expected to get pregnant again, and so we were starting from zero. And so all of a sudden, I entered this world of motherhood again, because it had been a 5-year gap, and where I was like, wow, there's so many things out there to buy. It's just crazy. So many new gadgets and things for kids. And so I was like, what do we really need? And what are we willing to spend on? Now, fortunately, a lot of things were donated to us, and so we learned to live with those things. But the fact is that there's just a plethora of things, and it can be so overwhelming. So you just need to isolate what are the basic things that you can't live without. Everything else you don't have to buy at the beginning. See first if you can do with the minimal stuff, and then you can add as you go along, because otherwise you're going to spend a fortune.
That's very important. Yeah, you need to find out what you need, right? Even as you're starting up, so that when you go out and go online, you're looking for things based on the need, because it can be overwhelming and tempting, which is why we said be wary.
Yeah,
okay,
for example,
we're gonna move to the next one. Okay, go. Good example.
For example, you may not necessarily need a crib in the first 3 months. It's nice to have. You could eventually get a great one, get a really good quality one. But in the beginning, your baby, if you're breastfeeding, is really going to be beside you most of the time at night. So you might want to get like a sleeper, a co-sleeper instead, which tends to be more reasonable. So things like that, like what do you really need at the beginning? Because there's blocks of time. There's 0 to 3 months, then 3 to 6 months. So then you just stagger the things that you're gonna get instead of like, I need everything all at once.
Okay,